you guys, and welcome back to my channel, and this is Royalty. In today's makeup video, I'm going to teach you how to blend your matte eyeshadows if you are struggling to blend your matte eyeshadows. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to start by applying the eyeshadows first because this is the main game for today's makeup tutorial. And by the way, you guys, I don't mean after watching and learning how to apply your eyeshadows you just need to stop. Please go ahead and continue to watch the entire video. There is a lot of tips that I always drop. The first thing that you would like to do if you're going to start by applying your makeup is to ensuring that your eyelids are primed. I'm actually going to use concealer. The concealer I'm using is a very thick formula. It is the concealer from L'Oreal Paris. And by the way, you guys, I'm not sure if you are noticing that this type of concealer matches my skin color as well as my skin undertone. It is a warm concealer. And anyway, you guys, it is the shade 338 and the shade is Honey. I'm just going to use my finger just to blend this concealer, you guys. And by the way, you guys, I have a point of disclaimer to make. I'm actually filming a reel this side, and if you find my eyes to actually leaning on this side, know that this is where my other camera is, where I'm filming a reel, and as well as my mirror. My mirror is right this side today. I'm actually trying to learn, so I'm going to apply a brighter concealer, and the shade is Toffee, and it's also from Rimmel London, and it's also one thick formula. And by the way, you guys, in case I'm going to apply eyeshadows that are quite nude, I like to apply a much brighter concealer so that my colors are able to be visible. And you guys, the first thing that I'm going to do to ensure that my eyeshadows don't become patchy is by applying my translucent powder. You can go ahead and apply your skin tone shade powder if you think the translucent powder is not something that you can work with, but you need to be applying a powder. You can also apply an eyeshadow which is the same colors as your skin tone. And I'm going to use the eyeshadow palette from Maybelline. By the way, you guys, if I was going to apply an eyeshadow to make a base for my eyeshadow application, I was going to go to one of the eyeshadows that are quite nude. I was going to lean onto this eyeshadow or to this eyeshadow. They were going to be the nice base for my eyelids. And I'm going to go ahead and use this, and I have my brushes a bit far from me, I don't know why. And you guys, I have few brushes that I'm going to use. I wanted to do a cut crease, but by the way, you guys, the very first eyeshadow I'm going to apply is going to be the eyeshadow. Only if I can get the mirror that I always use. I'm going to use this Essence eye blending brush, and this brush, you guys, I'm going to apply the eyeshadow creator. I'm going to use it as my transitioning shade, and I always like to apply my transitioning shade from where my eye is falling on my crease area, and I'm going to blend it through closer to my eyebrow bone. I'm going to do the same on this other side. I'm actually going to do a client makeup, and I'm already late. It's 9:20. She need me at 10, so I'm already late. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. When blending your eyeshadows, you would like to hold the brush right towards the tip of it and not in the middle, or not like this. If you're going to apply like this, your eyeshadows are going to be super pigmented and they may not even blend it the way you want to. If your eyeshadows are not super pigmented, then you can apply them holding it like this. But for now, because my eyeshadows are quite pigmented, I'm going to just hold them where I always do, right towards the tip of the eyeshadow brush. And then, you guys, the next eyeshadow that I'm going to then apply on my crease area, the eyeshadow Cloak Trotter, and it looks like a super pigmented eyeshadow. I'm going to just apply it like this, ensuring that the most pigment it is towards the outer corner of my eye. And I'm going to also do the same on this other side. I like to blend like this, especially in the eye in which my hand is not dominating. I just like to tap, and I'm continuing with the eyeshadow Cloak Trotter. Here's the eyeshadows from Maybelline Nudes of New York eyeshadow palette. And you guys, because I would like to cut my crease, I'm going to actually make a lot of pigment towards the inner corner. And by the way, you guys, because I don't want my eyeshadows to be patchy, but I want them to blend nice and smooth, I'm just going to press them a little, not too much. I'm using a very light hand with this, and I'm going back to my transitioning shade, which is the eyeshadow creator, and I'm just going to sweep it like this. I'm going to use a much lighter concealer. It is also from Rimmel London, and the shade is 70 Honey. It's quite bright, you guys. It's very light. I'm just going to apply and cut my crease, and I'm going to cut the crease also on the other eye. And then, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take the translucent powder just to set my concealer like this. I'm trying to eliminate the situation in which your eyeshadows will be patchy and they are not going to blend nicely. Just going to set my eyelids like that with a translucent powder. And then you guys, I'm going to go back to the eyeshadow Globetrotter. Just going to transition this. Can you guys on this other side, the eyeshadows are trying to be patchy, but I'm going to actually blend them until they are not patchy. Sharp. Alright, my client is panicking, so I think I may leave this like this. I may just apply eyeshadows and leave them just to go. See here, and I'm going to use the eyeshadow substitute. Just going to apply substitute like this. I'm just going to keep applying substitute like that, but ensuring that it blends with the other eyeshadows like this. I'm then going to go to the eyeshadow creator, just to apply creator like this. Going to apply creator like that. And you guys, using this clean brush, it is smudging brush, I'm going back to the eyeshadow Globetrotter. And I'm going to just lightly apply like this in between my other eyeshadows. And with so doing, I'm making sure that my eyeshadows are transitioning smoothly. And we are really having a beautiful gradient of eyeshadow. And you guys, I'm barely actually placing this eyeshadow on my eyelids. I'm just sweeping it through. I'm not actually like pressing, I'm not pressing, I'm just sweeping it through. And then you guys, you will also need a flat brush. I'm sorry I did not mention it when I was starting to apply this eyeshadow. You're going to also need a flat brush because we did add a cut crease. I'm going to need a flat brush. And for the flat brush, I'm going to use two eyeshadows, the eyeshadow artist as well as the eyeshadow soloist. And I'm just going to place these two eyeshadows on the inner corner like that, and then apply again like this. I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner, and for eyeliner I'm going to use Playgirl eyeliner pen. And then you guys, I think I'm going to leave this makeup like this, and I will continue when I come back from the client because she's panicking. I'm not sure what could be the reason. Maybe she wants me to do the makeup and then she will do other things later. I don't know, but our plan was that I will start at 10 and right now it is 9:30, so I'm going to just leave now because she's panicking. She just called me and she's so very panicky. Let me see you in a bit to complete this face when I come from the client. Alright you guys, I'm back again, and I think it's been 4 hours in between since the last time I filmed. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply a primer, and I'm actually sweaty. You see the shine on my face? It is not just shine, it's actually some sweat. And anyway you guys, before I could even apply my eyelashes, I'm going to use a Wet n Wild mattifying primer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of it. And the primer that I have prepared to apply, wasn't this one, but because right now I have a situation, you guys, I am so sweaty and hot, and actually it's pretty much in the afternoon. I think it's not 4 hours in between, it could even be 5 hours in between. The primer that I had prepared was this one because I was going to apply it while it is in the morning, while my face was still dry, and it is hydrating primer. It was going to hydrate my skin so nice and make it super smooth, but since we are hot and sweaty, and then I decided I'm going to go ahead and apply the primer from Wet n Wild because it's mattifying. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this setting spray. My most favorite of them all the time, I use this spray. And for foundation you guys, I'm going to go to L'Oreal Paris Infallible foundation, and the shade I'm using is the shade 340, which is the shade Copper. And I'm just going to apply like this. Gonna blot it on my face like this. I think I should go ahead and apply mascara before my eyelashes they are becoming too dry. The mascara I'm using, it is from Essence. It's Lash Princess Volume Mascara, and it's waterproof. And by the way you guys, I decided to bend it so that it can be easy for me to apply it. And you guys, I hope I still remember how I did it the last time to film while I'm doing a reel and doing a long form type of video, and on the other side. And I'm just going to install these lashes. It's going to place them on my eyelash line like that, and then I'm going to take the inner corner like this, and then ensure that the outer corner is well secured. Just going to press it like that. And by the way, you guys, this is why I always recommend that you don't just check one thing and be done. Much as today's makeup tutorial was for how to blend your matte eyeshadows, I think I always give out the tips and tricks in makeup in each and every one of my videos. So you guys, now that the eyelashes are on, and I'm looking beautiful, I think it is proper that I take the setting spray again and reapply. Because this foundation is quite thick and it dries up too quick, I think it was only proper that I put a setting spray on just to melt it one bit. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it. I'm using a stippling brush to blend this foundation, you guys, and going to apply also on the side. I never thought I was going to be able to continue with this because I was already feeling so tired, let alone that my house is hot. Sometimes I like to think that I'm living in a shanty, because one thing that will be happening is that in winter this very same place is very, very, very cold, and in the summertime it's super hot. So I'm going to go ahead and blend the forehead, even though I have applied a lot of foundation. And because I have applied a mattifying primer, you guys, I think you can see that the foundation is nicely mattified, and it might give us some struggle when it comes to blending. So I'm going to take a damp sponge just to actually keep blending this. And you guys, if you think that your foundation is not really having the staying power, but this one, I know it has a staying power. I always tap it like this on my hand, and then go ahead to actually blend the way I want to blend. If my foundation is a bit dry than I want it to be. And by the way, you guys, I think the next thing that I need to do is to highlight my cheeks, and I'm going to use L'Oreal Paris Infallible, and the shade is Honey. And I'm just going to apply like this and actually ensure that I also apply on my forehead, not forgetting my cupid's bow as well as my chin. Please never mind my crusty lips. My lips are very crusty, but I have drank a lot of water. Since I let my concealer to stay a bit longer, I'm going to go ahead and take my setting spray. Please never mind, the weather is actually playing games with me. The clouds comes and go, and I'm just going to a little bit like this, not too much. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just going to go ahead and blend, and maybe give you a close-up blending. And you guys, I think I should highlight my concealer highlight, and I'm going to use Rimmel London, and the shade is Honey. The shade is Toffee. Jesus, because I was using the shade Honey on my client, I thought that this is a shade Honey. My client actually is someone who's very light in complexion. She's nothing that I am. She's way lighter, so I was using the shade Honey, which is the most brightest shade with Rimmel London. The heat in this room is becoming very much unbearable. And I'm going to go ahead to contour, and for contouring I'm using Palladio. It's a matte bronzer. This is the bronzer that I always use, you guys. I like to use this bronzer. This is my all-time favorite. I'm just going to contour my cheeks just to ensure that I have cheeks contour. Now taking my beauty blender, just going to go ahead and try to diffuse the harsh application of my contour. And then I'm going to contour my nose bridge, and I'm using the Palladio Matte Bronzer. And then you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply the blusher. The blusher I'm going to apply, it is going to be Makeup Revolution blusher, and the shade is Baby. Just going to apply. And I'm just going to also apply on this other side. I'm going back to the eyeshadow that I have applied, and I'm just going to go to this eyeshadow Globetrotter and just going to apply like this. Going back to the eyeshadow Globetrotter to apply also on this. And then you guys, I'm going to apply mascara on my lower lashes just to give ourselves some princessy false lashes. And you guys, as you can see, I have a mascara that actually fell on top of my face, and I'm just going to let it to dry. I'm not sure if you'll be able to remove it because I'm already sweating. And I'm going to take this flat brush and I'm just going to go for these two colors. This is the eyeshadow soloist and the eyeshadow artist. I'm going to go for them too. And I'm just going to highlight my inner corner. I'm going to apply Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, and I'm just going to apply on my nose bridge just to highlight my nose bridge, and then highlight my nose tip as well as my cupid's bow, and not forgetting my eyebrow bone. And you guys, I'm going to apply the very same highlighter, Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, and the shade is Melting Bronze. I'm just going to apply and actually highlight. And then you guys, whenever I suspected that I have applied a lot of product, I always take my sponge and just pat like this. Alright you guys, I think the next thing that is left, it is for me to apply the skin tone shade powder. The skin tone shade powder that I'm using, it is from Yardley, and the shade is Caramelized. And you guys, you will see now in a minute why do I love this skin tone shade powder from Yardley. It is really is nicely mattifying my skin. Using the same skin tone shade powder, I'm going to go ahead and sculpt under my contour. And then set my smile lines as well. Just try to remove. Right you guys, when it comes to the lip base, I'm going to use the two lipsticks because I don't know where I put my lip liner. So I'm going to use these two lipstick. They are both from Revlon. The Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink. The very first shade that I'm applying, it is the shade In So Deep. And I think this is a very nice brown color, you guys. I'm not sure, part of me think I should continue with this shade all over my lips. And I think we are looking nice and actually brown and nude, and we are actually looking very nice and bronze and nude. And I really hope you love this whole makeup tutorial. By the way, you guys, I'm not going to be using any setting spray simply because I'm going to quickly take off this makeup because it's very hot in this house. It's super hot, and I hope you really enjoyed this whole makeup tutorial, and I hope you learned a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, press notification button. Every time it's right to upload, you'll be notified. This is your girl Royalty, signing off.